Let's review the Fantastic Four First Steps. I love Marvel right off the bat. I've seen pretty much every single Marvel movie, every DC movie. I love comic books. With that said, let's go over the good first. The cast was great. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby had a really good chemistry on scene. Eben Moss and Joseph Quinn also did a great job as the Thing and Johnny Storm. They did a really good job as their characters. But Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, their chemistry really popped on screen. Like you believed they were married, you believed they had a kid on the way. Well, you really did feel like they were a family. So that was great. Ralph Ineson was Galactus. He did a great job voice and his likeness. He was in Harry Potter and Game of Thrones season one, I believe, as well. The visuals and whatnot, it looked great. The villain Galactus looked great, looked really huge. The scale of everything was on point. The outer space scenes were fairly on point. There was a few bits here and there where I was kind of like, eh. Now we get to the not so good. The plot to me is heavily borrowed from the 2007 movie, which all this comes from the comics. But if you've seen the 2007 movie Rise of the Silver Surfer, Galactus coming, you've seen the commercials, you've seen Galactus helmet, so I'm not spoiling anything. There's a few things that are different, a few twists in there. I'm not going to spoil it. I wouldn't say I disliked it, but I would say it needed some beefing up. It needed something in between the main issue and the big finish. It needed something in between there because it kind of dragged a little bit in the middle. And keep in mind, this isn't an origin story at all. It starts off, they have their powers. This isn't an origin story. That being said, there's not much fighting. There's not much action. There's not much, I hate to say it, but there's not really much going on in the middle of the movie. It's a lot of tension. This is a very grown up version of a comic book movie. It's while it's made for kids in terms of there's no swearing, there's no blood or gore, there's no like heavy violence or really dark themes. There's not a lot of kung pao action, like to say, like your typical, beat up some bad guys on the street. There's no like in between fights. There's no little subplots of little fights or skirmishes or anything like that. Like, Spider-Man might beat up some thugs on the street or something like that. Thor might go smash some random aliens just for some action in the middle. There's none of that. While the stakes did feel high, at some moments you're kind of like, I kind of want to see just some people fighting. I want to see the Thing clobber some stuff. I want to see Human Torch burn some stuff up. You don't really even see them use their powers 95% of the movie. They really took this in a whole different direction. Marvel took like the whole concept of a hero film and took it somewhere else with this movie. It really is an adult version of a superhero movie. And, I would have liked to see the Fantastic Four just go out and beat up some bad guys here and there just to, see them do some stuff. But overall, though, I love Marvel. I'm still going to give this a 7.8 out of 10. It looked great. The acting was great. The tone of it was where you want it to be. It felt like this was the Fantastic Four universe. You were in their world. It was almost like you were watching the news. It felt like these heroes are real. Like this is something really going on. Like it gave you the feel of almost like you were watching the first moon landing. I do recommend to see it. If you can see it on the big screen, do that. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Stay off.